I discovered the other day this adorable outfit, and it's still, I almost thought, oh no, I don't know, I can't teach it. I'm not going to remember how to fold it. But I did it again just a few minutes ago, and it's really cute, and I want to show you this. If I stumble, it's because I've really never taught it, but it's so cute. It's made out of one sheet. So I really wanted to share with you. So hopefully I can get through this. If not, I have the video that I learned this from queued up. We can all watch it together. And hopefully we won't have to. Hopefully we can do this. Now for the t-shirt and shorts, which if we have time, I'll do these again. These are made from 2 sheets. Well, it's actually just 1 sheet cut in half. So if you have a 3-inch by 6-inch, which is what I think I wrote in the blog, 2 sheets, you can make them mismatching or matching, however you want. But it's basically a sheet of origami paper cut in half. So I have several here. Just if we get to these, which I think we'll have time. But these are out of 1 sheet, and what I like about these, because they're double-sided. The 1 sheet is really cute because you can get the shorts one color and the top another color. But if you want to have just a white top, you can have a patterned side, just plain, just a patterned paper, and your top could be white and your shorts could be patterned, or basically your white shorts could be white and your top could be patterned. So it's okay because the pattern will show through on the collar. So let's get started with folding these. They're so cute. And if you have a little glue, just a little spot of glue, it helps to have that. And I am going to pick, let's see. I think I like this color. I think the red and the purple is really nice. So I'm going to use that. And it's a double-sided paper, so this is going to make it. So I'll have the top. My shirt will be this thing. It will be this color as I start to fold. If I want my shirt to be red or white, I will start my folding with the white side up or the plain side up. So we're going to start with our pattern side up if we want our shirt to be the pattern. So what we do is we just fold. The first fold is to fold it in half. Well, let's see, I'm sorry. If I want my chevrons, I don't want to mess this up. If I want my chevrons to go this way, I think I'm going to start my first fold in this direction. Okay, so if you want your pattern, if you have a specific design in mind, like this one, see how the little chevrons are going down, vertically? That's because I started my fold in this position. So if it doesn't matter to you, it doesn't matter, but I'm going to do it so that my chevrons or my little whatever they are facing upwards. So first thing is to fold it in half. Just get that nice fold and creased and open it up. And with the center fold fold your outer edges to that center. However you do it, I can barely see my crease. So I'm going to find that center crease and I'm going to fold both edges to the center crease. I'll do the same thing to the other side. Just make them right to meet the center. Okay, we have that. Now we don't really open them up. Sorry, I was going to say we open them up, but we don't. What we're going to do next is we're going to just fold these folded edges, fold them right to the center again. We're basically making eight sections on this. So I'm just folding this to the center, and I'm folding the other folded edge to the center. So now when we unfold it, just when you unfold it, you'll have 8 vertical sections. You can kind of see it better on one side than the other. But that's what we have now. So we have 8 sections going, and now I'm turning it this way so I know that this is I want my little sections to be vertical. So next fold is just fold it in half. Just fold it in half in the other directions. Okay. Open it up and take this bottom edge and fold it to the center, that center fold. Okay. Now this is, I think I'm going to get it. This is the part where I almost forgot, and now I think I remember. So next step is you're going to take, there's 1, 2, 3, there are 3 creases. If you count, you see, I don't know if you can see these, but on your paper you have 1 crease, 2, 3, you have creases going across, right? You have 8, basically, if you look, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On the third crease from the left side, you're going to take right along that crease and you're just going to fold it in. Just fold it in. So you've got, that's the third crease line, and you're going to fold it in this way. And then what you're going to do is take this first crease line that's right next to this folded edge, and you're going to fold it backwards. Okay, so you do that, this is what you'll have. Okay, you're going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3. There's my third crease. I'm going to just fold it. It's already creased. And then I'm going to take this, where this first crease is here, next to the folded edge, I'm just going to fold it backwards. And so what I have is this really nice, this is how your paper should look. You can see it like that. Okay. Now, so just to show you know, these are the shorts, and this is going to be the top. And then you'll know this is how, you know, this is how my chevrons are. And if I had folded the other way, the chevrons would be going the other way. So now the next step is just to take your whole thing. There's a crease already here. You can see it right on this side. You just take it and fold that backwards. It's already there. That crease is already there. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take, so these are your shorts. So what we're going to do is on this side, we're going to fold, and I'd say, let's say, turn it so that this raw edge is kind of towards you. And you're going to fold about, let's say about a ½ an inch or so. I'd say if I measured my ruler, take a ruler, wherever my rulers are, I'd say, so I've got this long flap here, and I'm going to fold about 3/4 of an inch. And it's give or take. I don't, you don't have to be exact, but about 3/4 of an inch a fold. So what I'm doing, if you look, you see, this is basically, I've got another little zigzag going here in the middle. So I've just basically, I'm just showing you how that should look now. So it's on this side, it will look like this. And on this side, it looks like that. Okay, so now we're going to do, there's 2 folds we're going to do here. And this is just so cute as it comes together. But the first thing, this is going to be where the collar is, just so you can see. This is where the collar will be. These are the bottom of the shorts. So I have to create a something like a collar right in here. So the way we do it is I'm going to fold this corner, this top flap right here. I'm folding to this crease that's right here. I'm just going to fold that corner right to lay on that center crease there. I'm going to give it a really nice burnishing with my, either if you have a bone folder or whatever you have, just give that nice increased. Same thing with the right, just bring that right side, right corner. And these are little, so just give that a nice crease. So you have these 2 little corners. You can see, if you see on the screen, we have 2 little corners. Make sure they're good and creased. Now what you do is you open what you just folded, right, just as little corners, and you want to open them up. And if you have to use, sometimes it's good to use a folder if you have one, but I don't have one close by. If you just open it, and if you kind of see that these lines, these crease lines here, and you take your finger and you open it up, and what you do is you collapse it along the crease lines you already have, and I'm going really slow so you can see, and it just kind of collapses into a diamond or like a square shape with these little openings. So I'm going to I'll do that again. I'll show you how I open it up, and you just close it and collapse. That will be our collar. Hopefully that That's probably the harder one to do, and I'm going to do the same thing on this, and this is a little harder because it's thick down here. But now let's turn it over so that we can do the same thing up in this top little area here. I'm going to take this top layer and I'm folding this. It's a little heavier and thicker, of course, because it's double layered. Fold that corner to the center, give it a really good, really sharp crease there, and fold the second corner, that top corner, to the center. Okay, now you're going to open it up just like you did the last one. Open that fold you just made, and along the creases, just kind of open it up, take your finger and kind of move it, until you see these little creases. Those creases you just made are going to help make that point. So I'm able to just collapse it into a point, just like it looks exactly like the one that we did on the other side. So you've got these little points. And the next thing we do with this, which is another little thing, is we're going to take this point that I have in my right here, this point, I'm going to fold that point to this crease that's right here on the fold we just made. So I'm just going to fold it and it's about a half an inch of a crease. It's not very big. And really give that a super strong, make sure it's good and creased, because we're going to open that up too. So now we've got this little corner that's folded down, if you can see. And what I'm doing is I'm going to take it, I'm turning it so I'm opening it up a little bit. I'm just opening it, and I'm going to take this little square and I'm opening up both of them again. I'm just opening that up. And when I do that, I'm going to take what I just creased, and I'm going to push it down. I'm going to just push that down and reverse it, and it basically collapses into, I just pushed it down, and I want to just fold it back. You can see how I'm doing this. It just basically, I pushed it down so that there's no point here. Now I have a flat area. And I don't know if it was necessary. I may not need that step. I'm going to try. If that step didn't work for you, it's probably going to be okay to not. But I'm just going to do it anyway, the way that I saw it on the internet. But see, I was able to push this corner down and collapse it into, looks now like a diamond. Basically, you've got your flat part and then your angles. So now that's done, that part. And now what we're going to do is going to start putting together the short, and the whole thing is going to be coming together now. So now I'm going to take the left side, and if you've made a kimono with me, we've got this left side here, and it's already creased. And I'm just going to push it as far as it'll go with my finger. It'll just push it as far as it'll go. And when you do that, bring the whole thing over, like you're just folding. You want to fold the whole thing. Just take this whole thing. And then when I get to this place here, I'm going to just angle it. And it is a little tricky, but you can do it. You want to just collapse this at an angle, and then flatten it. There we go, flatten it to this angled point. Then the next thing is I'm going to get this little layer that's here and push it, just fold it right over there and hide, just basically cover. You just lay it right on top of that, the last piece, and just kind of make sure that is a nice sharp corner on your left side. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing exactly on the right side. Taking the right side, I'm going to just fold it as far as I can, just taking the whole thing, this whole thing, I'm just bringing it over as far as I can. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to take this little corner, and I want everything just lays down. And once I get it to this corner, I just kind of angle it, and then once it can be done, I'll flatten it. And now I'll flatten that and just give it a nice crease. And then I'll take this last little piece that's here, and I'll just fold it over just to tuck it right over. So now we're almost there. The hardest part has been done. So the next step, and this is where the glue comes in handy, because this paper tends to want to pop up. I'm going to take these little corners, and I'm just going to fold them, just this little corner right here. I'm going to fold it straight across to about, I'd say, half. I'd fold it in half, and I've got this little angle here. So see how it looks? And that's going to determine the shape of your shorts, because the shorts are they're right there. So I'm just going to fold the next one right over here, just taking this bottom edge to line up with the top edge here, and then I'm just going to crease it. And right now I want to I need to add some glue because it's just not going to lay down. So a little glue here on that corner and a little glue on this will help to lay it down and just leave it. It doesn't, because otherwise it just pokes out. So I'm going to hold that for a second while it's sitting. So basically, now we're ready. That's holding. And now I'm going to take these little flaps, just this little corner at the top, and I'm folding it backwards at an angle, just enough to make those sleeves. So, and it's out, I can decide what size I want my sleeves to be, but I want them to be kind of even. So I just kind of make a little fold, and you can see I've got those folds, and I'm going to check the front to make sure it looks good. Yeah, it looks good. So I'm going to just leave them like that. And then the last step is I'm going to make that collar, I've got this little open area, and I'm just going to fold it down at an angle to reveal that nice scoop or V-neck collar. And this can be also glued if you want, just so that it will stay in place. But if you don't want it glued and you want it more dimensional, you don't need to do that. But I just want to see how it looks. I've never glued this and see how, I like that when it's open, when it stays in place. Now, it's actually done. And what you can do too is if you want to make the shorts a little bit more open, what's interesting about this fold is I'm able to take it and open it up a little, just open it and then recrease just a little bit. And what it does, it kind of gives that, it opens them up a little bit. It's just to look a little more, like animated. And then you can always add glue especially if you're putting this on a card. You could add some glue in the areas that are popping up, like these little, just to flatten it, just add some glue. And then any places that are just wanting to stand up, you can just put some glue right in there. And then just hold it flat for just a moment, and then it should lay nice and flat. So there it is. So aren't those, I just love it because they're one piece. So the other ones are a little bit easier. So get your slice, your 3" by 6". I think it'd be fun to do this. I like this pink and this one here. So get 2 sheets, 3" by 6", or just cut a piece of origami paper in half. And we'll start with the t-shirt. And I want the pattern, of course, to be this pinkish color. So we're going to do the shirt first. And how we do this, and this is great for dollar bills. If you have money you want to fold, you could just take a dollar bill and do the same thing. So basically, it's a 1x3 proportions. So you're going to fold it in half with your pattern side up. You're not going to fold it. I'm sorry. You're going to pinch. You're going to make a pinch on both ends. So I'm not folding it in half. I'm just finding where the center is, or where the middle is, and I'm just pinching those edges so that I know where I'm going to fold next, because I don't want to put a crease in this part. So I'm just pinching to find that center. And then the next thing, I will do a covered fold right to that pinch line that I just made on both sides. There we are, like that. I'm going to open it up. So we've got now this shape like this. And then we're going to take on one end, so we have the color with the plain side up, and on one end we're going to fold it about, it's about a 1/2 inch. We're going to make like a 1/2 inch hem here like this. And then we're going to fold this raw edge to this folded edge, so just like about 1/4 inch. So we're just kind of doing that. So we've got this going on here. Now just unfold that little 1/4 inch part here, and we're going to take our, So here's how it should look right now. So we've got this little folded edge, but we're going to leave that flat. We're going to do is we're going to figure out thirds. I always eyeball it, but this is where our third, we're going to divide it in thirds. So what I do is I kind of eyeball it, and I can kind of see that looks like I'd say if I 1.5 inches, oops, let's see. If I were to fold it in thirds, what would that be? So it's like 5.5 inches. So basically I just eyeball it. So take it and fold it so where it basically meets the halfway point, this edge, and then crease. And then what you do is unfold this part here, just unfold that. And we're going to turn it over. And we're going to take the folds that we already have and just fold those creases were already made. We're just folding this together like this. And now we're going to make little sleeves by folding these little corners here, folding them out at an angle, and then just check the sleeve. Make sure you're happy with the sleeve, with how it looks. Make sure they kind of look even. And now you're going to take this little long edge, and you're going to fold that back one little segment backwards. So it's going to look like that. And then you're going to keep it this way, and you're going to make a little collar. And the way you're going to do that is you're going to fold this kind of at an angle. It's sort of, I can't really tell you what, sort of an eyeball thing, but I'm folding it at an angle so that the collar, it looks like a collar on one side, and then I'll do the same. I'll fold this other side to meet that. So I have this collar, kind of an angle. You can see it looks like a collar, and I'm sure there is a terminology for this, but you want that. And all you need to do next is to take this bottom part here and just bring it up and tuck it under that collar. That will secure it. Just tuck it under and then fold and crease. And what you'll see is you'll have a little pocket here. There's this cute little pocket right there that will hold your shorts or your pants or your skirt or whatever little thing you want. So that's the shirt, and it's ready to have pants. We need pants now, or shorts. So to make the shorts, I think I want my shorts to be solid with a big cuff. So the way I'm going to do it is I want the cuff. This is the pant. Actually, I'm going to make mine striped with a big cuff. I'm going to do that. So I'm going to make the cuff. So what we're going to do, you can make the cuff any length. I'm going to make mine about, I'd say that's about 3/8 of an inch, about a little bit bigger than a 1/2 inch. Make the cuff the same size on both ends. Try to get them even as much as you can. And if they're not exactly even, then your shorts will look a little odd. So here's this. You just have this little piece of paper. Now turn it over so that this solid side is up, or whatever, where the folded edges are on the table. And then just fold that in half lengthwise. Okay. Open it up. Take your raw edges and don't fold it all the way to the center. Fold it only halfway. Like just fold it about halfway so you've got some space. Same thing, fold it the same distance to the same distance. You're just you're determining the thickness or the width of your pant leg. So here I've got it. So the center crease is here, but I've got this it's a little more than halfway, but this is kind of like making a bias tape for your pants. So now we're just going to fold everything together. So we've got this little thing here. You can glue at this point if you want. I don't always do this, but I'm just going to do it for fun this time. I'm going to put a little glue on my ends here just to kind of keep them together. That's not always necessary, but just thought I'd try it this time. So now I've got my little shorts. Well, they're almost there. So I'm going to take now the shorts, and I'm just going to just make a little angle like this. And I can make them wide apart, however you want. You can just make them as wide, make that angle any way that works for you. I'm just doing it like about here. And that's that. So now I have my shorts, and what I'm going to do now is just tuck them into that little pocket, and there they are. They are so cute, and I could put that on a thing, and I could put little buttons on them. There's so many things you can do with these, and you could make different colors. And here this one here, this one has whales. It's a summer, because we're doing summer themed things. I did one with whales. I thought that was really cute. And I just think these are a blast. They'd be fun with maybe putting them on a clothesline, or maybe we'll make some sandals down the road. But this, and you can see, you can change the shape of your shorts to kind of look like for someone with bigger hips or someone with narrow hips. This looks more like a boy. This looks maybe like a girl's shorts. It's just how I folded that at that angle on the sides. And that's how you're able to get different shapes for your clothes.